I just find it interesting that witches gather to perform hex and prayers and meditation to destroy Trump. Islam, Muslims join together and they do their own little prayer to destroy Trump. Satanists getting together, plotting on how they can destroy Trump. Satanic artists and actors and actresses in Hollywood who promote violence, hate, particularly hip-hop artists that promote destruction, killing their own people, violence, rape, and all of those things are against Trump. It's very interesting how Trump has brought good and evil together to fight against him. Isn't that interesting? Satanists, atheists, Christians, Islam, all join together to destroy him. Republicans, Democrats, pastors, all join together to destroy him. Makes you wonder, why is this man such a threat? Why is it that the devil himself hates Trump so much? Well, who knows? But I have some pretty good idea as to why that is. And I think I pretty much covered it in my last couple of videos. But today, people woke up to some interesting news about Obamacare and how the Republicans failed in its repeal. And so you have, the liberals and the Obama nation, the Obama worshippers, taking to social media to bask in the glory of Trump's failure in this area, posting memes and making fun of him and, the usual stuff that they've been doing from the beginning. And it's so interesting because if you watch Trump's demeanor about the whole thing, he wasn't acting like he wasn't crying and throwing a tantrum. He said, okay, and kept it cool. But yet, even though you don't see much emotional reaction coming from him, he seems to be very took it well, and yet those who are anti-Trump observe how they respond to it. You see the hypocrisies? I could just go on and on about how much of a hypocrite people are. Amazing. Very immature, childish behavior from grown adults coming out right now. And it's amazing because if he fails into something, doesn't that mean you fail as well as a country? So you're fighting against whatever he does, even if it will benefit people and Americans. You're fighting against it. And if he says, make America great again, make your country great again, let's see if I can try to do this, to reach that goal, you go off on him. So are you anti-America, anti-Trump, anti-America as well? I think Americans look confused, childish, and pathetic. That you're going up against someone that you name to be Hitler and a dictator, and he's all these horrible things. I've yet to see him line up people into gas chambers. I've yet to see him decapitate people like this leader in China is currently doing. I don't see him doing anything like that. But, this is the state of America. What else can you say? Now, in regards to the whole Obamacare repeal or whatever occurred, that was never meant to follow through anyway. Trump knows this. The whole political Congress officials, they already knew about it. But this whole thing is just some drama reality show that they're putting on, some performances to keep people going on Twitter and beefing with each other because they want to see how effective their strategy, how effective they have been in controlling you and controlling your emotions. And this is why they put, trending hashtags so that when you log into your social media accounts and you see that stuff, You start posting and start reading posts and expressing yourself and become emotionally involved, because they feed off of that energy. They love that type of energy. It feeds them. They sit back all together and they laugh at you because they all work together. Like I said in my last video, you got the red versus the blue illusion, because the red versus the blue is just for dividing the nation, the public, but they sit within the purple. And the color purple comes from red and blue being one. So they're one entity, one system that working together to create a division of people. And Viola, it is working perfectly. Now there was some interesting information that came out in regards to Obamacare last couple of years, and you can find it online. And some individuals were paid to, write articles to call it all a hoax, but it's not a hoax. And it's even written in the Obamacare about chip implantation. This is why it was never meant for Obamacare to be repealed. It was all some drama show that they were carrying on with to have a good time with the people, to feed on your energies. But the Obamacare is basically set. They call it the law of the land. Like, Google it. They have been throwing that statement around that it's the law of the land. So once you make it a law of the land, it's something that everyone has to abide by. And this is where individuals who were studying it and read upon the agenda behind Obamacare, where it was implicating that individuals by 2017 it will be mandated for individuals to be chipped, which many are calling the sign of the mark of the beast, that you will not be able to buy or sell without it. It's a way to track citizens and keep tabs on them. I guess Obama loves surveillance so much. It's something that he loves to do. I don't know. The Obama administration, they love to track and watch people all the time. So it was something that was not meant to be repealed, because there's an agenda beneath it. Agendas always come with some benefits to make people feel like, oh, this is great. But underneath it all, really, the bigger agenda and the bigger purpose of it is really hidden. And they get you to comply to what they want you to comply to control you, to have more access to your lives, because you're nothing but pets to them. Puppets, pets. That's all you are to them. Used to be controlled, because you don't know how to make decisions on your own. You don't know how to live on your own. In their eyes, you need someone to control you. You need somebody to dictate over you. So the whole Obamacare has its own hidden agendas in it. And so it was never meant to be repealed, and it wasn't meant to go away. They labeled it the law of the land. So by doing so, you will get what? Church members, church pastors will push it in their churches, say you have to obey the law of the land. That's the Bible. So that's how Satan works. It's like, oh, okay. If the Bible says they have to obey the law of the land, we can make things like this and put it under the law of the land, and Christians will accept it. Now, how do I feel about people stating that the chip is some mark of the beast? I don't believe it's the mark of the beast. The mark of the beast is already here on Christians. All you have to do is listen to Christians and just listen to them, how they talk, and see what they stand for when it comes to politics and Obama, and you will know that they already have the mark of the beast, because they're part of the worldly system. They participate in worldly affairs. So by that alone, you know they have the mark of the beast. They accepted the mark of the beast. They already accepted it spiritually, mentally, by associating themselves with different political parties and associating themselves and supporting satanic political leaders. So they already accepted the mark of the beast. I guess if you want to say the chip would be the stamp on the letter, then yes. those who already been indoctrinated and already blind, because I'm sure pastors in many churches and many Christians don't know anything about RFID chipping and what it represents and what it is. They don't even know it exists. They never heard it before. So if they were to go to their doctor and their doctor say, hey, this is this new device, it was, then, express all the benefits they will get with it, and that it comes with their health insurance and they have to get it, they'll say, okay, no big deal, I'll go get it. Because they have not been taught, or it was not exposed to them what it is. So they will willingly take it. So that's why Obamacare is something that they want to mandate, and that they want to make it illegal not to have it. So because it is the law of the land that you would have to abide by. See how it works? And be careful of those pastors who are pushing it in their churches on their people. Because I did hear of a pastor who subtly tried to, implement that idea in his congregation's head. Because he said, oh, it's the law. It's you don't want to disobey the law. So that's how Satan works. Don't underestimate him. Because I think people underestimate how the devil works. So, destruction is coming for America. If you look up Russia, a nuke missile by Russia called Satan 2. Yes, it's called Satan 2 for good reason. They blatantly call this missile Satan 2, okay? Russia's been developing this nuclear weapon that can destroy a whole nation. It can destroy China. China's big. And they will be pointing it in your direction in America. And like I've been stating in my last videos, as what Trump represents, he's basically delaying the destruction of America. That's what he's doing. And those who are coming up against him knows this. Because they want destruction to happen. They want America to fall. They want to keep people in this mindset accepting all these backwards things and these backward ideology and these upside down things, which is Satan. He's backwards, he's upside down. Good is now bad. Bad is now good. So everything is backwards. That's why it feels like you're in a whole nother world. Like, what? Where's the logic? Where's the common sense? People are very illogical. Very illogical. Like, they just making up stuff, calling someone names and a racist and all this with no backing up of anything. Being hypocrites. Beyond belief. It's unbelievable. It's just like, what? You're just scratching your head. Yes, because this is Satan's society now. He's permeating through people, using many tools and many devices and many people. It's a mass global new world order agenda that's being pushed, and soon you're going to be forced to worship the beast even more than you ever were. And that's why a lot of Christians are deceived, and churches as well as pastors are deceived, because they don't know half this stuff and they feel like, well, I don't need to know this. Okay? So anyway, if you are a Christian who's caught up in these political things and the political affairs and events and going on, and you're against Trump along with the world and Satanists and even the devil himself, I mean, the devil himself got his agents to fight Trump. How is it that you can side along with the devil? Picture it in your head. Satanists, witches, all gathered together along with Christians, either want him assassinated or they want him impeached. And it's a free-for-all. People now freely threatening his life on social media in front of the world. Nobody get arrested for it. Nobody suffer any consequences for it. This is free-for-all. Go at him. It tells you right there, something ain't right here. Why is this one man causing all these people to come together up against him? Now me, I'm not either for Trump or against Trump. I'm just sitting back and watching this whole thing play itself out, because there's a purpose for the man being there, and he's just keeping things up right now. And if anything happens to him, assassinated, he steps down or is impeached, oh boy, that's when America will be destroyed. Either another leader will rise up and he will definitely be your Hitler. You can definitely depend on that. You will be begging for Trump, believe it or not. Or you get nuked in a war and bloodshed and lives lost. Choose. And for Christians, once again, choose ye this day who ye will serve. It's all a test. So you're either passing or failing.